What's good, everybody? Corbino here. Let's start it off with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 23, I believe? 23. Okay, Power Ranger series still going really strong, really awesome. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is Billy goes to the place where the original Red Mighty Morphin Ranger, whatever her name is, Joyce, I don't know why I want to call her Joyce, but she has that, you know, it's like a government place. And Billy goes in there and he's like, hey, yo, what's behind this door? And these guards are like, that's not, you don't got that kind of clearance. And Billy's like, okay then, that's cool. Billy teleports in behind the door, and back there is Lord Draken, Tommy from another universe, and he's like locked up and he's chained up, and he's like, he's like, well then, that's certainly one way to get past that door. And he's talking to Billy, and Billy's like, crap, what are you doing here? And because when he first came back to this Earth or whatever, you know, the government came and got him. You didn't know what happened from there. Next we got Go-Go Power Rangers number 6. This is the series that takes place like the weeks after they first became Power Rangers. Alright, this issue starts off by showing how Squat became a part of Rita's gang. It's kind of weird, but kind of nice, I guess, you know, showing their backstory. They showed some of Goldar and Finster's too, so that's nice that they're doing that. Matthew, Kim's boyfriend, which I don't believe there was ever a Matthew in the show, but, you know, these are their own thing. But Kim's boyfriend, they're mutual friend of the guys. First off, Trini has been having a crush on Zach, I guess, or something like that. Or not Zach, she'll be with Zach in the Power Rangers Pink storyline, but she's been having a crush on Jason or something, and so Jason's trying to act cool about it, but he doesn't know how to, so he's being real awkward with her. Matthew, a while back, has been replaced by a putty-type monster thing, and Matthew, so now he's like a putty, and no one knows that he's a putty, and his family is getting attacked at the drive-in, and Zach is about to come in and save him, and he sees him like yell something at him, and he quickly was like, no, the plan's off, telling that to Goldar. So Zach's like, what the hell, what was that? And he starts, who does he tell? Maybe Trini? Yeah. Zach tells Trini about it. He's like, he's been acting kind of weird. I don't want to say anything to Kim or the others until we know something for sure is up, so keep an eye out with me if you can. Billy is in the present time Mighty Morphin Power Ranger series. He's been talking about how he was going to do an internship with the original Red Ranger, and now it's showing him originally going for that, but he can't because he has to keep leaving for Power Ranger stuff. And so he says to them that he thinks Matthew should be the Blue Power Ranger, and that's how the issue ends, is with Matthew in a Blue Power Ranger suit, but it's like just imagining it. It's not actually happening, at least yet. Next we got Champions number 16, Champions for a Day Part 1. Where we left off is, with Champions and stuff, is Vision being a human and Vision creating a android version, a new version of her, and really it just shows them living together in a room, and things not being quite the same for Vision or his family, because now he has a real daughter and a android daughter. Vision doesn't know how to react with it, and they're walking through the park at one point. The real Viv falls, hurts herself, and they're like, whoa, that's weird, because we can't get hurt, so we don't know how to feel towards that. And the Champions are like, yo, we need a new member. And, well, actually, maybe only SpiderMan says we need a new member. And everyone else is like, no, we just need Viv back when she's ready. And like, what about Synthesoid Viv? And they're like, no, because that's mean to our Viv. And they're like, true. And so really, this issue is just a fun little issue, because I'm assuming since it says Part 1, it'll have a couple issues of it. And it's just showing different characters. It has, like, is his name Patriot or something? He's like a black Captain America, but he's not like Sam Wilson. And then there's like the guy that took over for Falcon that's there, and Spider-Man talks about getting his girlfriend from another universe, Spider-Gwen, but I don't know if that would be his girlfriend. They did team up, yeah, but I don't know if that would be his girlfriend. Either way, Red Locust, you met a while back through Viv, I believe. Wasp, Devil Dinosaur, and Moon Girl, whatever her name is. Ironheart, they're all here, and it's just nice. They're all teaming up, and they're bringing them in. They're like, hey, maybe you want to be a champion. But the main thing about this issue is that they don't want to replace Viv, and Viv is feeling not at home anymore or whatever, because she feels stuff, and she doesn't know how to, she can't see throughout the entire internet and all that, and so it's definitely different for her. Next we're going to talk about is Doomsday Clock number 3. Probably the best issue. Starts off by showing the comedian falling out of his window, like in how the Watchmen story starts, and before hitting the ground, he's teleported above water in the DC universe, and he goes in there, and he comes out, and he's in his bathrobe, exactly how he was thrown out the window. So I'm not real sure how he didn't hit the ground, but like he also did hit the ground. I don't really know. But Dr. Manhattan is the guy that saved him. Him and Ozymandias are fighting in Lex Luthor's tower, throwing each other around, shooting, ba-da-da-da-da, and he tries to go out the window with him, but it doesn't work, so then Ozymandias jumps out the window on its own, slides down, he slides to the edge of the roof, does like a flip thing into like a stairwell thing on the side of a building, and he's out of there, and Comedian's like, ah shit, I'll get you eventually. Rorschach gives Batman the original Rorschach's journal. He's like, read this, and he goes, alright, make yourself at home. Alfred, lets him shower, lets him sleep, lets him eat, while Batman reads the journal. It takes him like a full day to read it, and he tells Rorschach, he's like, I know where this Dr. Manhattan guy is, come with me. It shows the new Rorschach's full face. He's a black guy, like I've said before, got curly hair, and a lot of people are still trying to say that it's the original Rorschach's therapist's son, if I'm saying that correctly. I think I was saying it right. And so if that's right, that's pretty cool, I guess. He must have, saw the dad's work and whatnot, or maybe it's like, this guy took away my father, so maybe he wants to be more like, I don't know. Either way, that's who a lot of people are saying it is, but no confirmation yet, just seen his face. Okay, I can't find his name, but they keep cutting back to an old guy that's from, like, the golden age of comics or something like that. I've never heard of him till the Button storyline, and he was in that, I believe it was. And so they keep cutting back to him in this issue, and the Black Rorschach, he is showering at Wayne Manor, and he's scrubbing his head so hard that he starts bleeding, and that's gross. The Marionette and the Mime go to some bar, and they're like, hey, you can't wear face makeup around here, this is Joker's territory. And they're like, who? And they're like, Joker, you know who that is. And like, no we don't. And so Marionette and the Mime are so dope. They got invisible weapons, and there's little strings like, and they're killing all of them. Oh, it was so dope. And they sit down at the bar after, killing everybody or beating the crap out of them. They're like, you want to go find out who this Joker character is? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, that's going to be so awesome. Now, Rorschach is having a nightmare at Wayne Manor. Bruce Wayne wakes him up. He's like, hey, yo, come on. I know where Dr. Manhattan is. And he takes him to, I believe, Arkham Asylum. And he locks him up. He leads him into a cell and says, here he is, right in here. And he goes, where? And he locks him up because you're crazy. You deserve to be in here. So now he's locked up, and yeah. But the Doomsday Clock is so good. It's going so well. I love it. Next we're going to talk about is Marvel's Power Pack. Rarely Pure, Never Simple, Part 1 of 1. This is part of Marvel's Legacy event, and it just jumps. I really don't like that Marvel's been doing that. Other series are just picking up, like Avengers stopped at 11. Like, that's where it was, the new series. It stopped, and now it's like at 600 something because it's picking up from where it was years ago. Doing it with Deadpool, doing it with, I think Cable does it. Iron Man, like all of them are doing it, and Power Pack is doing it, so it's picking up from issue 63. I've only read, I'll say, less than 10 issues of Power Pack. I do enjoy their characters. I like seeing them in the Runaway comics, or well, not all of them, but there was an X-Men comic there and 2 that I read. I've always wanted to see them on cartoons or in the movies or something, but we've never seen that. Anyways, this is recapping, what's happened in the years. I'm pretty sure they say in the new Runaway comics that Carolina is dating someone named Julie, but I could be wrong. But I'm wondering, is that Julie from Power Pack? Because she's away at college. That's all we know there. Jack is now in high school. Alex disappeared with the rest of the Fantastic Four and stuff, and wherever they're at. And now Katie is still in school, and it starts off by her telling some stories or whatever, but they're like more basic or whatever, and she's telling it side by side to the teacher. Like, it shows that her parents get taken away from them with a monster on one side, which is the real version, and then on the other side, it's just like a random guy. And it's showing just like what happened early on in her life, how they got their powers and stuff, and the teacher's like, well, maybe you should tell the more interesting story instead of this boring story. And she's like, oh, okay, well, it took over my brother at one point, it took my parents away from us. And she's just really, it's just a big recap story, kind of like the Fantastic Four one, recapping stuff for you. And basically, it's just showing how her relationship was with her brothers, her sister, and whatnot throughout the years, and how her brother did disappear with the rest of Fantastic Four. The last page it shows looks like Reed Richards, Sue Storm, and Alex, and it may be 2 Alexes it kind of looks like, but I'm not sure if maybe one's Franklin, one's Alex, because it's hard to see them, because it's a small panel. Then the teacher's like, so this is about you missing Alex. You know what? You should give him a call or something. And she's like, yeah, sure, a call. ... or something. And then it cuts to, it looks like she's older, but maybe it's just the last drawing's illustration, but she looks like she aged. But either way, it's a nice little recap of what's been going on with the Power Pack, and I'm excited to see what's going on there. I like this Marvel Legacy, but I also don't. I don't know. Definitely not as good as DC Rebirth, but still, it's going well. Next we got is TMNT issue 78. Real quick, it starts off with news footage of the whole Triceraton attack and everything, and it shows Burn Thompson. I don't think he's been in this yet, but that's kind of cool that he's there. And the Triceratons are out on some basketball court, and they're about to declare that as their meeting space or something like that. And Casey Jones and the Purple Dragon show up, and they're like, nah, this is our territory, and you ain't doing nothing. It looks pretty dope though, because it's a bunch of Casey Jones and a bunch of guys in hockey masks, and all of them have purple dragons painted on it. Casey Jones and the rest of the Purple Dragons, they're all fighting the Triceratons, beating the crap out of some one caught on like fire, blew up or something, and next thing you know, someone comes out of nowhere, knocks one of them on their ass, and is like, didn't you hear? Are you deaf or something? My kid said get out of here, or something like that. And it's Hun, and Hun's helping Casey now, and they're all beating the crap out of the Triceratons. Really dope. It showed someone recording the situation, then it was uploaded, and the turtles were watching it like, is this Casey? And they're like, we gotta get in there to meet with Master Splinter. And Leo comes out and is like, okay, it's finally time we can go in. And they're like, great, I love waiting to see our dad, this is awesome. And Splinter's like, you guys need to leave the Triceraton crap alone. And they're like, no, we know them, let us talk to them before this gets any crazier, more out of hand. Casey's out here gonna get himself killed, we gotta go in, stop the Triceratons, talk to him now before you and Bishop fuck shit up for us. Splinter's like, sorry sons, but I can't allow that. And they're like, well, you're not gonna stop us. And he's like, actually I am. You're on lockdown now. And so he's not letting them leave the Foot headquarters, which, Splinter, I'm really not liking you, dude. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, he's got them locked up, and then it cuts to Bishop and his people rolling down on the city, and it's not gonna be good, but I mean, God, Splinter, why are you doing this to us, dude? Oh, lordy. Okay, yeah, that's that one. Next we're going to talk about is Runaways number 5. Starts off with being down in the basement of Molly's grandma's like little lab place, and she's got vials of Mr. Twinkle's Rufus, which I assume those are 2 pet cats. Then it's got Molly Hayes, you got Gert, Victor, and it's just a small strand of hair. Everything else looks like blood or something, and old lace. Gert's talking to Molly saying, talking to Molly about everything that's changed. Molly's telling Gert that she doesn't have to do what her grandma says, doesn't have to do her science experiment things that she's been wanting to do. And Gert's like, you know what, I don't even care, I kind of like it. Makes me feel like I got a purpose. Molly tells Gert that we should probably go, and she's like, what, I thought you wanted to stay? She's like, well, I didn't want you to stay with me, and I don't want her to change you. And she's like, because that's what she'll do if you stay here. And Gert's like, oh, what does that mean? And apparently the cats, that glowing cat eyes I've been talking about, are watching her or whatever, and so she has to like sing random songs and stuff in her head so that they can't spy on her and report back to the grandmother like they've been doing. Chase discovers Vic is alive because Vic gets tired of hearing Chase go on and on. He's like, dude, awesome, you're alive. And he's like, yeah, alright, well, we gotta get the team back together because Ollie's grandma is crazy. Nico's hanging out back at her place, and Carolina shows up, and they're basically catching up, and then Nico tries to kiss Carolina, and she's like, Nico, come on, I got a girlfriend, why you always gotta be doing this? She's like, I don't always do this. She's like, you always do this. Gert and Molly are trying to sneak out of Molly's bedroom window late at night to get out of there, and the grandma shows up with a bunch of cats, and she's like, where y'all going? They're like, ah, shit. And next thing you know, the Runaways bust into the door. Well, it's Chase, Vic strapped to his chest, Carolina carrying in Nico, and then Nico and Molly already in the room. He's like, put your shoes on, girls, it's time to go home. And it was a really nice way to end the issue. And I guess I said this before in another one, I wasn't quite sure, but I guess Molly's parents really were brother and sister, and the grandma's like, I begged my kids to leave the pride and they wouldn't, so now I gotta do this myself, da-da-da-da-da. Next comic we're gonna talk about is SpiderMan number 236. This issue starts off with Geeky hanging out with that girl. She's been in multiple issues of SpiderMan. She's like a blogger or something, and she studies superheroes and especially Spider-Man. And Geeky accidentally spills the beans that Miles is Spider-Man, and she's like, I can pretend I didn't hear that, but I don't believe that. I think that's something's gonna get Geeky, shut your mouth, is all I'm saying. Now, it's like a Sinister Six, a new Sinister Six, all, like, basically all new members, it seems like, except for Sandman. I think that's still the original Sandman, but like we got a Hobgoblin that's not the original Hobgoblin. We got an Iron Spider that's not Peter Parker. That's the only Iron Spider I've ever known, and he's like a black suit Iron Spider. And you got Bombshell, or wait, what's her name? It's Peter's friend Lana. Maybe she's Bombshell. It's her mom, whatever her supervillain name is. You got like a female Electro. Have we even seen her yet, or is she just on the cover of this issue? She may have already been shown. I don't know. Either way, they're building up a new Sinister Six, and Spider-Man and Lana are fighting the new Iron Spider and whatever Lana's mom's name is on a rooftop. Iron Spider keeps saying some things that's making Miles worry, and he's like, wait a minute, do I know you? Do we know each other? And Miles falls off the building and he like lands on a car or something like that. But yeah, so it seems like the Iron Spider may know Miles. I don't know. We cut to Sandman, female Electro. They're like robbing a S.H.I.E.L.D. place, or they're destroying a Sentinel, something. I don't really know what they're doing exactly, but they definitely destroyed a Sentinel. And then a bunch of clones of the White Nick Fury come running at him, attacking, and I didn't really understand what was going on there. And they escape by using one of Spot's portal thingies. And Spot, the only place I've ever seen him is the 90s TV show, and I actually have a really dope action figure in the back of him, so that's cool. Got it from Classic Plastics. But still, anyways, they escape that way. So the Sinister Six now is Iron Spider, whatever Lana's mom's name is, Electro, Hobgoblin, Sandman, and Spot, right? It's a very odd Sinister Six, but yes. We cut back to Miles and Lana fighting her mom and Iron Spider. Pow, 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 pow. And Spider-Man shoots a bunch of webs at Iron Spider, and he yanks at his mask, and it flies off, and it's his old uncle, the Prowler, aka Aaron Davis, aka Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, aka Troy Barnes. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I love Childish. Anyways, and he's like, whoa, no, you're dead. Like, I saw you die. And he drops to his knees. Iron Spider puts back on his mask and then knocks out Miles, and then that's the end of that issue. Next we're going to talk about is Paper Girls number 19. Now this issue is very all over the place. They're in the year 2000 or 1999, like leading to 2000, something like that I believe. And they're with the future Tiffany and her future husband. All four of the girls are back together, and these three guys like with red masks. You can't really understand half what's going on in Paper Girls, but it's still so interesting and crazy. But that's what you get with Brian K. Vaughan. His comics are so out there. Anyways, they bring these little blaster things in, and they're about ready to blast the kids or whatever. And then KJ, she still has those little boots on from a couple issues earlier, and she's like, and like jumps and knocks one of them out. But then they smack her with one of their little staff things, and they're like, oh, whoa, that was dope. The kids are excited, but then they vaporize future Tiffany's husband, and then all three of the people that are attacking them, next thing you know, blam, 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 and all their heads are like, and they drop to the ground. It's that old lady again. She's like, girls, girls, girls. I told you this was going to end badly. And I'm like, lady, get the hell out of here. I do not like you at all. I do not trust you. I don't want you here, so skedaddle on out of here. Just go. Really, I mean, that's all I have to say. Both the Tiffany's can see robots, giant robots, but no one else can see them. But just Chris is the boyfriend, her husband's name, so they died. He was kind of dope, kind of weird, kind of reminded me of Richmond from the IT Crowd, but still. The girls are now at gunpoint to that old lady again, and I'm like, get out of here, come on, we don't have time for this shit. Final issue we're going to talk about is The Walking Dead number 175, A New World Order part 1 of 6. Already started me off real scared because of the cover. Start off with our group being surrounded by these people in suits, and Princess, a newcomer to the comics, is like, don't you guys feel a little overdressed? She's real goofy. I like her. I really enjoy her character. So Eugene's like, where's Stephanie? Where's Stephanie? And they're like, you'll just be coming with us. And he's like, well, where's Stephanie? They're like, shut up. Well, you're coming with us. And they take him to some little trailer thing they have set up. I don't know where they have it set up at, but this guy sits down and he says, allow me to introduce myself. His name is Lance Hornsby, something like that. And he's interviewing all the different people, and he's real creepy, and I don't trust him. Eugene just keeps saying he wants to talk to Stephanie. The whole group is like, we're doing whatever Eugene says. He's the one that set this whole thing up. He's like, well, that's a good sign that you guys are all, you know, on the same page. Shows that you guys are, you know, good, you work well with people, and shows you guys are reasonable, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, but we can't just let you guys head on over to our community willy-nilly, da-da-da. And I'm really not trusting them. Bunch of zombies come, they kill them all at night, and they're like, well, we're going to go ahead on. Our people will stay behind and kill them. And so that's what they do. And they arrive. Michonne sees the stadium up above, you know, real soon. They're close to it. And she's like, that stadium, is that what you built your community inside of? And he's like, no, that's for our concerts and like football games. And then Prince was like, y'all have concerts? Yeah, of course, we've got a few popular musicians among us in the Commonwealth. Magna asked Lance how many people they have in all of Commonwealth. And he says, in all of it, about 50,000. Let me make sure. Yeah, he says almost 50,000. And they're all like in shock, like, whoa, holy crap, is that even possible? And then they come up to this wall of pictures outside their community, and they're like, what is that? And he says, that's our wall of the lost. People come out here and hang up pictures of people that died, or they lost along the way, or lost before the outbreak and everything, in hopes of finding them again one day. And he's like, now we have had a couple of reunions here. Like, someone will put up a picture of maybe their sister, and they reunite with their sister here, or put up a picture of their uncle and they find their uncle again. It's only been a couple times, but you know, it gives people hope to put up their pictures. And so the whole group's looking at it. Michonne's sitting on the horse like, come on guys, let's just go, we don't have time for this. And the whole group, our whole group, is staring at the pictures. And as Michonne's doing that, come on guys, we don't have time for this. I'm like, no, don't you even do it. I knew what they were going for. I knew it. Eugene says, Michonne, you might want to have a look at this. She gets off the horse. I'm like, no, don't you do it to me. And there's a picture of Michonne from back in the day. She got like short hair to here. And it says, have you seen my mama? Michonne. And then it jumps down, it says Michonne, and it was like, come to the bakery on something street or whatever, Elodie, or however you pronounce one of her daughter's names. And Michonne starts crying, and I'm tearing up. I'm like, why are you doing this? Nobody asked for it. But yeah, that's it for this month's. Thank God it's Wednesday. Now I know, because of the time I'm recording this part of the video, with everything's going on, you guys are gonna know with all the update videos and everything what's been going on. Yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that here, but this will be up at the beginning of the first Wednesday of March, and then the February, thank God it's Wednesday, will be the second Wednesday of March. So yes, we are behind, but we're coming back, guys. Sorry for everything, but you'll see what's been going on. Until next time, stay geeky.
Hello, Hannah here, and this is ya boy Caesar. We just want to tell you about Bullymake. It's a subscription box for dogs. Caesar here loves it. And if you use promo code IG10, you can get 10% off. Just go to bullymake.com, type in IG10, IG10, and isn't that dope? So get that Bullymake box, subscription box. Bye!